My name is Kristen and I'm one of the play therapists here at MOCSA, and the reason that we do play in art therapy at MOCSA is because that's how kids communicate, and that's how they let us know how they're feeling and how they're doing and how the sexual abuse has affected them. Research has shown that play and art therapy is a must for kids, so that's the way that we communicate with them, because that's how they communicate with us. So one of the activities that we love to do with kids is a feelings mask, because kids have a lot of different feelings going on inside of them about the abuse, but they don't always have the words for that, but they do have the ability to show us in art how they're feeling. So on this feelings mask, they paint the outside of the face to show us how they show their friends at school and their family how they're feeling, how they pretend. And then on the inside, they can paint and show us how they really are feeling. On the inside, we can tell that she really felt really broken inside, and she may not have the language for this, but she knows how it looked. Another activity that is really empowering for the kids is to make a door hanger for the kids that have been sexually abused in a bedroom. So this was made by a girl who was sexually abused in her bedroom several times, and she made lots of door hangers to get some peace and feeling of security back in her bedroom. So this is one example, and this was really empowering for her to say to everybody else, this is my room and this is a place where I get to feel safe. So we spend a lot of time talking about healthy ways to cope. So we make coping skills boxes and fill it with things like, I can ask a safe adult for a hug, I can go for a walk, I can punch a pillow if I'm really mad. And so we just talk about lots of different ways the kid can safely make themselves feel better, which then makes them more able to talk about this sexual abuse and therefore heal from it. And when kids do play therapy in playrooms, toys are their words and play is their language. So in here, they know that they're the boss of the room and they have the freedom to speak about whatever they need to, and through that, there's a lot of information and learning and healing that takes place. So this is an example of a sand tray that a girl that I was working with created. She was 8 years old and she was sexually abused by a family friend. And in the sand tray, she showed this as the outside world. She said that people still went to school, and they still took care of their gardens, and there were still policemen and helpful people in the world, but no one knew what was going on with her. No one knew about the sexual abuse by the family friend. And she said that this was her world, and that she once had up fences and felt safe, but that had been broken by this family friend who was sexually abusing her. And she felt like everyone else was living their normal life, but to her, the sexual abuse was just amplified. That's all that she thought about. And she described this treasure chest that's open and falling out as being things like her dignity and her safety. My kids love doing puppet shows a lot of the time, because with puppet shows, they can ascribe roles of real people in their life to puppets or stuffed animals, and they can show us what happened with the sexual abuse and how it's affected them without really having to talk about themselves before they're just ready. And sometimes they didn't tell about it for a long time for lots of really understandable reasons, and they may have feelings still today that things didn't end how they wish they would have ended. So then with the puppet show, they can show us how it's going right now, but then they also get to change the ending, which can be really healing for them.